how many integers satisfy the inequality above. So we're looking for integers, so fractions, decimals don't count. There's two ways to do this problem. One is the plug in the different numbers way, see how many you get. And the other is a bit more advanced, work with the absolute value and the inequality. And I'll show you both. I like the first method better. I don't know, for me it just works a little bit quicker. I don't know, it doesn't work as hard. So basically, we want to know how many integers satisfy this. So let's start finding integers that satisfy this. Let's start with, well, how about 9? Well, 9 minus 5 is 4. That's not less than 2. 8 minus 5 is 3. That's not less than 2. 7. 7 minus 5 is equal to 2, and 2 is obviously less than or equal to 2. It's equal to it, so 7 works. How about 6? Well, 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 is less than 2. 5 minus 5 is 0. 0 is less than 2. 4 minus 5 is negative 1, but then we absolute value it, so it's 1, which is, of course, less than 2. And then we put in 3. We do 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Absolute value is positive 2, and 2 is less than or equal to 2. How about 2? 2 minus 5 is negative 3, which becomes positive 3, which is not less than or equal to 2. So basically, this cuts it off right here. Anything below 3 or greater than 8 is not going to work. So how many do we have? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's choice E. That's the kind of plug-in, just work with the what you got method. There is a more fancy method that we can look at. So we have the following. And normally with these, we split them into two different equations because this can be less than or equal to 2. It also can be negative 2, depending on the situation. There's one little wrinkle that makes it a bit challenging, but I'll show you that in a second. So one of them is x minus 5 has got to be less than or equal to 2. Okay. The other is x minus 5 to negative 2, but remember the trick with inequalities is when you multiply one side by negative 1, which is essentially what we're doing here. We're multiplying this side by negative 1. Or both sides in a sense. When you multiply the equation by negative 1 or divide by a negative, multiply by a negative, you got to flip the sign. So that becomes greater than or equal to. And that's the trick of the question. That's what, why this is a little bit tricky doing it with this method. So now I just solve. I get x is less than or equal to negative 3. And, no, sorry, less than or equal to 7. Because I'm adding 5 to both sides. And then I get x is greater than or equal to 3. So what do I've got? Well, I've got a range where x can be between these values. And how many integers are there between? Well, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 5 integers. So again, we get E. So you can see here, I don't know. It's not like it's a bad method. It's just a little bit more work and effort. Whereas this one, it's just, plug in the numbers. As long as you do the arithmetic right, you're okay.